Hey, Grant. It's good to finally have you on, and of course, Shadowhawk.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey, Gary. Nice to meet you, Grant.
yeah, nice to meet you.
I know you post on Instagram. I followed you on Instagram for a while, uh, and I noticed you have Beowulf and Memoirs of the Morbid that you've come out with. Have you worked on any other projects or?
So those are the two big ones.
Uh huh.
I'm up to. I just finished issue 5 and sent that out to everybody, and I've been
Uh,
working.
Beowulf
Beowulf,
or
yeah,
Memoirs?
Beowulf. Sorry.
Mhm.
Yeah. So Beowulf is a 6-part story.
Okay.
So, in issue 6 should be out later this year. Uh, as far as Memoirs of the Morbid is a horror anthology in the style of old EC comics, such as Tales from the Crypt or Vault of Horror, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the first volume, which we're calling the Red Edition, came out about 2 years ago, and the second volume, which we're calling the Blue Edition, it is on Kickstarter right now. Um, and yeah, I posted the link to that in the chat if anybody wants to check that out.
Cool. Uh, I don't know if Grant has I'm not watching my own show. I don't know if he has a wrench or not. I
Well,
guess
yeah,
so.
yeah,
Oh,
I
that
can't tell
darn
when.
T Bunny is overstreaming us. So is Vic. So is Finatra.
Yeah.
It's all right. Well, they don't have Grant on, and we have Grant today. I noticed you do a lot of conventions, or you've done some conventions set up.
Yeah, I think I do way too many conventions actually. Like just just looking at my calendar gives me anxiety because we're doing so many conventions this year.
Yeah. Like how many? You know,
Well,
roughly.
July, late June and early July is the toughest because I think we have 4 weekends in a row where we're doing a convention every weekend, and that's tough, especially if for those of us who aren't lucky enough to have this as our day job. You know what I mean?
Right. Now,
So
I don't see your Kickstarter link. So if you will just say hi to me in the chat, then I will give you a wrench and we'll be able to put that link where it can be seen.
okay, so I just
And
sent.
I apologize for not getting you. Okay, there we go. Now I
No
have to
problem.
do this through YouTube. It's different with StreamYard. There we go. Add you as moderator. There you go. So now you should be able to drop that link and
Yeah, we'll try again.
okay, and it show up in the chat because it wasn't showing up in the chat.
Let me know if you see it now.
Okay,
Uh,
since it pops up here, I'll tell you.
yep, I see it.
Well, you can see it through StreamYard, but you have to like
Oh,
see
yeah,
on
yeah.
YouTube.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See it. Okay. Do I maybe have to go to the
No,
YouTube?
you got it. It's up there now.
Yep.
Now that you have a wrench.
Cool. Thank you
Yeah,
guys so much.
no
Yeah, no
problem.
problem.
So do you guys want to hear what conventions I did, what conventions and or events that I did this summer? Um,
Yeah,
we
and you're
did we
you're
did
setting up
Ying's.
a table at all these, right, and selling Wolf and Memoirs of the Morbid. I take
Right.
it. Yeah.
We
How
did.
many issues are memoirs?
So we have 2 volumes out so far.
Okay. And you
Uh,
just kind of exclusively go through Kickstarter for right now?
Hey, Jonas.
um,
Hey, Jonas.
so the first volume of Memoirs of the Morbid is going to be in comic book shops here in time for Halloween. Um,
Oh,
Oh,
cool.
it's
cool.
going to be it's going to be in the Diamond catalog.
Mm-hmm.
In It's going to be in the September. It's going to be released in September, number. Sorry, it always takes me a minute to figure out. So it'll be for pre-order, I guess in July. So I guess if you want to pre-order it now, you should check if any of you guys are comic book store owners or anything like that, it should be in the pre-order catalog right now.
You mind if I show some of your posts on Instagram that you've done?
Sure, go ahead.
If I can bring them up here. Let's see. Wow, you have 7,093 followers. How long you been on Instagram?
I think that's how many people I'm following. I think.
Oh, that's following. Well, you have 4,800 followers, so wow.
Yeah, it's not too bad, right?
Yeah, with 172 posts, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I've been working on it. So
we did look at some of your covers the other day. We were telling people about you and your work, what we knew.
Well, thank you so much.
Oh, no problem. That's what we're here for, you know. So yeah. I don't know if you can see that, Grant, because there we go. I'm big in it, and I don't know how to bring this other screen down, but who's all around you there?
So that's my family.
Okay.
We went to Hershey.
They help you set up everything?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we went to HersheyCon, and my stepdaughter had been asking me for a long time if we could go to Hershey Park, and I told her that I would take her to Hershey Park if she came and helped me with the convention. So
there you go.
That's how that.
Now, what is Comicsboro?
Comicsburg?
Comicsburg, yeah.
Comicsburg is the publisher that we go through. It's a lot like Image in that it's for independent comic book creators. We all own our own comic books. We all pay for publishing. We all do that, but we have kind of like an umbrella of Comicsburg over us. And yeah, so this is the trailer.
Now, is that how you got into the Diamond catalog? Did Comicsburg kind of help with that, or?
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. Yeah. Hey, that's nice, man.
I guess there's some audio to this trailer, right? Just not the way I'm accessing it here.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll take a look at that here in a moment. How long you been self-publishing?
So I guess now it's going on about 3 years.
Wow. It looks like you've put out a lot of product in that time.
Yeah, I've been busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Are your family comic book readers? Are they really into it?
Yeah. So one of the things is my wife, who's right there in that photograph right there. My wife's name is Angie, and she has a story in this issue or this volume of Memoirs of the Morbid.
Is that your cat there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her name is Yoshi.
Yoshi.
Yeah, okay.
Why Beowulf and Beowulf? I'm sorry, and Memoirs of the Morbid. Why that particular?
So Beowulf came from an idea I had as a little kid. We had my parents had a Time Life book about fairy tales, and one of the stories was about Beowulf. That's another Comicsburg creator there in that photograph.
Yeah. Where are you located at? What
Pittsburgh.
State? Pittsburgh. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense with the Comicsburg and all the girders and everything.
Right. You can kind of tell we're Pittsburgh based because there's the H at the end of Pittsburgh. Most towns that have Berg at the end, they don't put the H at the end. So what was I saying? Why Beowulf?
Mm-hmm.
When I was a kid, I read the story of Beowulf like in this Time Life fairy tale book, and the thing the thing that struck me about it was that it reminded me of something out of a comic book. And so that was kind of the first the first inkling of this idea that all these stories are kind of cyclical. You know what I mean? Like we kind of just repeat a few of the same stories over and over again. Yeah, and of course we have to have our personal photo. Yeah, that's my dad, the world's biggest Beowulf fan.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent.
My son, the Arthur. Now what do you do? Do you do it all? Do you do the drawing, the writing, the inking, the coloring?
So I do most of the art.
Uh-huh.
My friend Antonio helps me out with it. I do the inking, the coloring, and the lettering. And Antonio does the pencils.
Okay.
Cool.
And so this is not like the old Beowulf story per se, right?
This is modernized.
The ancient story, but modernized, has dragons and whatnot in it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
The idea is that the guy you learned about in high school, Beowulf, he's been reincarnated in modern times, but something kind of got lost in translation. He's kind of been reincarnated as like a 30-something slacker.
Uh-huh. I noticed you have a cat on this cover here. Is that kind of like influenced by your own pets?
Yes, exactly.
Putting a cat in there. Yeah.
Yeah, he was based on my cat Mooney, who just recently passed away.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I think we saw a picture of him recently.
Yeah, he was a beautiful cat. I mean, he was over 20 years old when he died. So
wow.
He
yeah, here's a picture of him. There we go. Oh, a video. Yeah.
We estimated his age at about 21 or 22 years old. So he led a very nice, full life. He was very sweet. Yeah, here's a little like that's our other cat, Stitch.
How many cats do you have now? Now that Mooney's
right now we have two. We have Yoshi and Stitch.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, they loved each other.
Yeah.
Like I said, he was the sweetest cat you ever meet, and yeah, he's one of the characters in my comic books. So.
Oh wow, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I'm gonna have to work my Jack Russell into a story or something.
There you go.
That's a good idea. I mean, people seem to like. I mean, who doesn't like cats and or dogs, right? So,
right,
if you can fit them into a comic book.
This character here almost looks like Purgatory. Brian Polito's character,
right?
Similar,
yeah, a little bit
with the red skin and everything. I love the hand over the nipple.
Right.
Yeah, over the breast there. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's different.
So this was a cool story. This is one of the 5 stories in Memoirs of the Morbid. The idea is these teenage kids are trying to bring this demon to life, and of course, because they're teenage boys, they envision this demon as being like a sexy lady.
Oh, cool.
I noticed you had long hair in that one. I guess you've had a haircut since then, huh?
Well, I grew my hair out for quarantine.
Oh, okay.
It kind of goes back and forth. Sometimes I'll grow my hair out and then I'll cut it, and
that's hilarious.
It's kind of been going back and forth.
Say hello to my little friend. Cat looks terrified. It's hard to lose a pet, isn't it, Grant?
It's one of the hardest things that people don't think about, just because
I think about it every day when I'm going to be without my Abigail, Yeah,
it's hard
every day.
It's hard because your cat or your dog is like one of the last things you say goodnight to at the end of the night. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I'm kind of going in backwards order here. Oh, I had a Beowulf t-shirt.
Yeah. We ended up changing that design a little bit before it went to print, but yeah, we added a picture of Mooney on there just because Mooney's the most popular character.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. I noticed you dressed up Mooney there.
Yeah. He was such a patient cat. He would let us do stuff like that.
Yeah, not too many cats let you dress them up.
Have you had pretty good response at the conventions?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I guess you would, because it's gotten expensive, hasn't it?
Doing conventions?
Yeah.
Yeah, in general, I mean, yeah, I mean, of course, the table fees are always expensive, but then, I mean, that's just the tip of the iceberg. You also got, you know, your Airbnb or your hotel room. You got gas
Travel.
money.
Yeah.
You got. I mean, plus you're eating out, or you're eating convention food, which we try not to eat the convention food because for many different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's expensive. Do you guys do a lot of conventions?
No.
No, we have. We've done a few in the past, but yeah, these are great characters designs. Who designed these?
Claudio. He was an artist for Volume 1, and I do want to mention you can get Volume 1 through the Kickstarter as well.
Okay, so you have like a catch-up tier, or just for Volume 1?
We have a catch-up tier, and you can also just add it on as an add-on.
You look like you're wearing a Knights Templar thing there. I don't know.
Yeah, we dressed up for that convention. I'm not sure why, just for fun, I guess.
Not a big cosplayer, huh?
I'm not a big cosplayer, but that was.
You like anime?
I don't know a lot about anime. What about you guys? Do you like anime?
A little bit of it's okay. I mean, I've been
like
watching
some
Speed Racer
more
lately.
traditional Western comics, I guess.
I think. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
This has a Jack Kirby feel to it here.
Yeah, for sure. Claudio Adriano was one of the artists in Volume 1, and he's got a very old school style to him.
Yeah. What do you prefer? What is your era of comics, and what have you collected in the past?
So, I grew up in the 90s, which so I always have like a little bit of a love for that. But obviously, looking back on a lot of those comic books from the 90s, a lot of them weren't very good.
Right.
But I still have a little bit of love for them. I mean, I think, to be honest with you, I think we're in one of the all-time best eras right now.
I do too. Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot more diversity in comic books nowadays, both in terms of style, in terms of who's creating them,
and the genres. I see a lot of mixture of genres. You know.
Exactly.
I like your John Buscema Conan shirt there. That's cool.
You know what? I'm wearing that exact same shirt right this minute, but it didn't. It's one of those shirts that didn't hold up very well, which it's kind of cool looking because it faded. Oh, yeah? It faded like in a cool way where it kind of looks like Conan is creeping out of like the shadows.
Yeah. Ooh. Here's the format here. No.
What's that?
I hate how they try and improve things, Shadow. There we go. You want to come on camera and just say hi?
Yeah, sure, I can do that.
I know you're in your bedroom.
Yeah, I hang out. So I actually draw. I actually don't have.
Hey, Topher. Topher says 90s comics blow good vibes.
Hey, guys.
Oh, that is your Conan shirt.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It kind of like it faded and it kind of.
Yeah, it's fading away. Yeah. through multiple washings. Yeah, that's cool though. Yeah.
Hey, everybody.
Howdy.
We have Jonas. Jonas is in Sweden joining us. He did a fan art piece for me.
Did he?
And won a Golden Age comic from me, which will be coming his way. Topher is in the house.
I might have to mute for a minute, guys. It's
And
going to
there's
get
a
noisy
couple
here.
people that are lurking that haven't come in yet. Okay.
Oh, cool.
Let me get
Right,
back to looking at this Instagram stuff, because you do have a lot of things posted on Instagram. I really don't have a lot posted on Instagram. So this was an outside sort of fair or convention, huh?
Yeah. The thing about outside conventions is sometimes they turn out good, sometimes they don't. I mean, they're very dependent on the weather, obviously, and we live in Pittsburgh where it rains a lot, so that can be a problem.
Have you gotten any of that smoke from Canada up there?
We sure have.
Yeah. Air quality not too good right now.
I'm sorry?
Air quality not too good up there right now?
I think it's starting to get better now.
What's this Mad Max Fury Road?
I just wanted to do a poster for one of my favorite movies.
Okay. So this is some of your artwork here.
Yeah, this is painted right here.
Yeah.
I think you're starting to get into the era. I think you're starting to get into the era of Instagram, like before I started working on the comic book.
Okay. You use acrylics or gouache or what?
This is a combination of acrylic and watercolor.
Okay. Have Yoda there?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you guys out of, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm in Arkansas. He's up around Chicago.
Yep. I'm in the Midwest.
Okay, so you might get a little bit of the air quality problems in Chicago, right?
Yeah, I'm close enough that the Canada fires and stuff have been affecting us. Yeah.
I see you have a grill back there. Have you grilled yet this year, Grant?
Oh, we sure have.
Yeah.
Of course.
What kind of stuff do you like to grill?
My favorite thing is steaks, of course.
Yeah.
What about you? Do you grill?
Oh yeah. I haven't this year, but Shadowhawk grills nonstop.
Yeah, probably about 4 times a week usually.
4 times a week. Wow.
Was this an article done on you here?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I can't remember.
What kind of magazine was that in?
That's a great question. What was the name of that? I know I have a copy of it here somewhere. I wish I knew offhand.
Comics Unlimited?
Comics Unlimited, that's it.
Yeah, because I just need to read here. Now, was that out of the UK with Glenn Fleming?
Glenn B. Fleming, exactly.
Yeah, right. We're doing a book together now on John Buscema.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an old pro at that stuff, man.
Yeah, that's great. What do you know what issue number that was? That must have been an early one, because he's just come out with issue 12.
I think
I know issue 5 had Only Death Can Save Us by Russ Leach on the cover.
I think that was issue 6 or 7, somewhere in there.
Okay. We've been showing on Tuesdays, we've been showing those Comics Unlimited that he did.
Oh yeah.
We have another gentleman, Texas Dave Houston, that comes on, and he's been showing those to us.
Texas Dave Houston.
Yeah.
Yeah, Texas Dave is quite.
He's got a big collection. He doesn't have a YouTube channel or anything, but he comes on here and shows collectibles. And we talk some doctor.
Only Texas Dave because of his last name. He actually lives in England.
Right. Just because of the Houston in his name. Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I assumed Houston was a nickname, but that's his real name?
Yeah, that's his actual last name. So
that's now, is this your cat here?
Yeah, that's Mooney.
Okay, so Mooney had 2 different eye colors, a blue and a green.
Yep.
Oh,
just
wow.
like the character in the comic book.
Okay,
That's
I did
awesome.
not pick up on that. I guess that's pretty common in some cats, huh?
I don't know if it's common, but
Yeah.
yeah, I've noticed that there are a lot of white cats like Mooney who have two different colored eyes like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I guess you have a few albinos out there too, huh?
Yeah.
Now, do you do a lot of cover variants on your comics?
So we did 5 variant covers for Memoirs of the Morbid, just because there's 5 stories in it. Like I didn't want to show favoritism to one of the stories over the other. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Uh-huh.
But we usually only do 2, maybe 3 for Beowulf.
Yeah. Yeah, I think about 3 or 4 is the limit. You know, you might have a secret tier or something. I don't know if you've ever done a secret tier, but
A secret tier.
yeah.
Mhm.
Over on Indiegogo, you can do like secret tiers.
Oh,
Where
I
you-
didn't know about that.
Yeah, well, they get on the mailing list, and this looks a lot like Christopher. Oh, what's his
Hey,
name?
Blue Sasquatch. Good to see you.
The
Christopher Walken.
Christopher Walken. Is that supposed to be Christopher Walken?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I love
Well,
Christopher Walken.
you knocked it out of the park there. It looks like it.
I'm glad
Yeah.
you could tell who it was. If you'd been saying a different Christopher, that would have been embarrassing, right?
Yeah, I
Right.
could have said like Back to the Future Christopher, huh? Or something. I noticed you did some banners.
Yeah, I used to work for a grocery store that we have up north called Giant Eagle, and I
Oh.
did some banners for them.
Oh, cool.
Have you had dogs before? Nice Edgar Allan Poe there.
No,
Oh,
we're more cat people than dog people.
Yeah. Clean each other. Yeah.
Yeah, we have a lot of photos and videos of our cats on our Instagram.
yeah. I'm sorry, Grant. What part of the country are you in? Are you Canada or where are you at?
I'm from Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. That's right. I'm sorry. You did say that earlier.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah, I like your wash technique.
Thanks. Now, do you guys draw the comic books that you guys do?
Well, Shadowhawk's working on a secret project.
No.
Yeah. Can't really tell
And
too much about it.
and let's see, I can show you.
But yeah, on my project, I'm more of the writer and designer, and then I've got some artists doing stuff for me.
Oh, neat. Yeah, that's about what I kind of do. I do some of the art, and I commission some of the art out because, I mean, it can be hard doing a project where you're doing all the art by yourself.
Oh
right?
yeah.
Shadowhawk's gonna make us all millionaires. Here's my Devil Flyer black and white ash can edition that's out and delivered already. You get 2 magnets, 3 trading cards, 3 bookmarks with that 24-page ash can.
Neat.
Let's watch the trailer, 30 seconds. Only Happy Ass Theater. Hey, Blue Sasquatch.
Yeah, I haven't seen Blue in a while.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Here we go.
Yeah. Hey, Rex, if you got it handy, show Grant that the Dillard cover for #1.
I'm sorry?
Oh, I was
All right.
telling Rex if he had it handy to show you the cover that John Dillard did for him.
All
Oh, cool.
right. All right. Okay. All right. Are you familiar with John Dillard that did the Buckler?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did a cover for you?
He did indeed. He's done some work with me in the past, and hopefully will in the future. Let's see.
Don't let his demeanor fool you. Dillard is actually a very nice guy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he comes off a little gruff sometimes.
Here we go.
Dude.
Oh wow, looks cool.
So that should be coming out like hopefully March 1st of next year. Been working on it for a while. Wanted it to come out this year, but just didn't happen. So it's best just to take a step back and
Well,
I'm working on some other things as well.
it's better to
As I mentioned
postpone
before,
stuff.
here's some other things that he did. That first one was blown up from the top left-hand side. Here's a couple other versions.
Oh, okay. So which one do you like the best?
They're kind of small. Probably the one that's the largest. That's the one we kind of agreed on, but he also did this here, the sort of burgundy one, and the one with just Devil Flyer there with the blacked out, and then the one with the characters down below, but they're not shaded as they are in the top two.
Right.
So I think that helps. I like them all. I mean, it's all good stuff.
Cool.
Yeah.
So how long have you guys been doing the whole indie comics thing?
Been doing this for about December 2021, as far as my channel. And we're on episode 431 today, Grant.
My goodness.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I got in as just a fan and a backer because I was completely out of comics since 2000. I had just gotten sick of all the endless crossovers and having to buy, a ton of books that I didn't want to start with just to keep up with the story. And I went through a divorce in late 99, so I just kind of gave up everything for about 18 years. And then 2018, I was off work for a little while because I had a shoulder injury. And I discovered Ethan online, and I've been a big Cyberfrog fan from way back when. So since June of 2018 until the present, I've backed about 400 campaigns. I've been working on my own behind the scenes for
Slacker.
about a year now.
That's fun. That's funny because that's about when I stopped collecting comic books as well. You said 99?
Yeah, late 99, early 2000.
And that's when I stopped collecting for a couple years. The only couple years that I've actually been away from comics.
So I stopped reading comic books from the time I graduated high school, which was 99, till whenever All-Star Superman came out, because All-Star Superman was what got me back into comic books.
Really? So that was
would that have been 2008, 2009, somewhere in there?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And I was completely out. So
I'm trying to think of the artist's name that did that.
Frank Quietly.
Yeah, Frank Quietly. He's kind of an acquired taste.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, I like that Jonah Hex cover he did to like #1. Did you ever see
that?
I
think I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah. Where he's got the all scarred up face and everything. It's a real close up of his face. That was pretty good. Who's your favorite 5 artists, do you think? Professional artists that you've seen?
I'd say Jack Kirby, Bill Sienkiewicz, John Romita Jr.,
Okay.
Mike Mignola. Man, I'm struggling to get a number 5. Maybe Jim Rugg.
I'm unfamiliar with him.
Jim Rugg just did the Incredible Hulk Grand Design comic book that came out from Marvel.
He's not doing Immortal Hulk, is he?
No, he did a mini series called Hulk Grand Design, where he went back through. It's kind of a summary of last 40 or 50 years.
Were you an Image guy at all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mean current Image, or do you mean
back in the day when they first started in the 90s? Shadowhawk was a big Image guy.
Well, I was 13 when Image debuted, so I was like the prime demographic.
Yeah.
I mean, Image came out in 1993, right? So I would have been 13. So, yeah, of all those early Image comics, my favorite was Savage Dragon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm assuming your favorite was Shadowhawk.
I was going to say, yeah, you could probably guess mine.
Yeah. And I don't know that I had a favorite. I suffered a fire in 97 and it burned up a lot of my collection, but I probably have more Image books now than I did then, because I turned around in that same year and bought out a comic shop and acquired about 10,000 books. And I have about 30,000 books, although there's a bunch that are multiples.
So what percentage of those 30,000 do you think you've read?
Probably less than 1%.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I read up to about the mid 80s. I actually had a comic shop for a good portion of a year back in 1982, 83, when the direct market was coming and Diamond wasn't even around. It was Capital Comics that Diamond bought out, and all the prestige format with stuff was coming out. Marvel came out with Dazzler #1, which was only their first direct book to come out in the stores. And they did a lot of reprints of the old stuff like X-Men Neil Adams, stuff like that. Are you primarily a Marvel guy over DC, or?
No, I'm a DC guy over.
You're Marvel a DC guy. All right. Did you do any independent stuff, like from the independents?
Yeah, now I primarily read independent comics, just because, kind of like what Shadowhawk was saying earlier, to me it's just so hard to follow what's going on in any of the big two comics.
Yeah. And a lot of the stories, I don't know, gone off the rails a little bit.
It seems like a lot of the old pros have left.
Yeah, or died off, man. We lost a lot of them.
Or died off, yeah. Years. We just lost John Romita Sr.
Yeah.
Last year, Neil Adams, Tim Sale, George Perez. I was into the Avengers because of George Perez. He kind of got me into comics, although I had a few before that.
So was that his earlier run, or was that?
Yeah, it was his early run. Yeah, I started with issue 147. Where Crisis on Another Earth, I think it was called, with the Hyperion and the Squadron Supreme, where they went up against them. My favorite character is the Beast, the Blue Beast.
Yeah, of course. That's one of my favorites too.
I don't think I like how Quietly drew him. I don't like the cat version.
Oh, really?
No, I prefer him more ape-like or humanoid. Sort of the classic George Perez look for the Beast. That's just me.
You can probably guess I like the cat version better.
Well, yeah. And you probably read a lot more of those. Or I do have a few of those books in my collection. When Hastings went out, which was the largest retailer of comics, I bought 1,500 books from there. Old Air sells stuff to, independent stuff to mainstream stuff. What If issues. I really like What If issues and like Elseworlds.
What If issues are really fun too, because the thing that's fun about those, or at least when I was reading them back when I was younger, it was crazy. It was crazy. They could destroy the whole universe.
Yeah, and it wasn't canon.
Right.
Yeah. And one time they did a story Atlantis, I think it was in 93 or somewhere around there, the early 90s, when they had the Atlantis Attack Annuals.
Yeah.
And that was the big event of that year, which wasn't much, but they did a follow-up story in What If. And the thing that they stopped in the Marvel universe wasn't stopped in that universe, but it could traverse dimensions, like it could traverse different universes. So at the end of that story, really that creature could come back into Marvel continuity and threaten the universe again. It was kind of open-ended. I like that.
Yeah.
And I like the Elseworld stories over and the older imaginary stories that they had over at DC too.
Ooh,
and I like the amalgamated mashups. Did you like the amalgamated mashups?
I did.
Pastmaster Dan.
They were a little silly, but they were fun.
Yeah, silly but fun. Right.
Yeah, I collected that whole run. I think it was like 40 books or something. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised they haven't brought that concept back, because I think it was pretty popular, right? But
yeah,
I guess the rights are too hard.
I think it's really hard to try to get Marvel and DC to work together anymore, though.
You might be right about that.
Well, especially, with the way things are going in with the big two right now, I think they got enough to worry about without trying to do team ups.
Yeah. We'll see, though. Yeah,
hopefully they turn it around. Hey, Pastmaster.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, I was just saying hi to Pastmaster Dan.
Oh, okay.
What is this here that you have on Instagram? That looks like a Volkswagen Bug that you've modified a little bit.
Yeah, so that was a friend of mine. He had a Mad Max role-playing game, and I made that for the game, and then we never ended up playing the game.
Yeah, out of a Hot Wheel, I guess.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then I also got some of my graphic design work on there too, and some drawings I did when I was a kid.
Who did Garfield here?
That was me as a kid. My brother and I were doing a pretend presidential election, and I did some campaign posters, and that was one of them.
So you're pretty much able to do this full time, or
no?
I had another job, I think.
Yeah, I have a day job still.
Yeah,
I wish I could do this.
The celebrity likenesses there too, Grant. Very nice.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
Hell.
Wow.
Is that?
Yeah, my
neighbors. Is that a sound effect?
Battle High traffic.
Yeah, my neighbors don't play around. They're setting off fireworks already.
Are they really?
Mm-hmm. You didn't hear that big boom just a second ago?
Yeah, I did. I've got a hole in my chest. Thank you very much.
I thought maybe that was like a sound effect that you guys play.
Yeah.
No, I wish I had a soundboard. I'm still working
his
off
neighbor's sound system. He's got a motorcycle too. That's very loud.
Yeah, well, I got a motorcycle in the back that's building a hot rod he likes to fire up at any given time. The neighbor across the street's got a Harley. Neighbor next door's got 3 giant dogs. So
admit it, Shadowhawk. You live in a Hell's Angels community.
No, actually, we got lots of kids around here. I'm right off the town square.
Or is it the Outlaws? Outlaws and the Hell's Angels hate each other.
Actually, the Banditos. You probably not familiar.
Oh, Banditos, yeah. Okay. Well, just don't flash any gang signs, and I think we'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm usually okay.
Yeah. One time he did that, Grant. He put out a hit on me.
Really?
Unbeknownst.
It was an accident. I didn't even know what I was doing.
Yeah. Yeah. You keep dreaming. So
That's funny.
I thought I was giving the guy directions around the corner. Next thing
Yeah,
you
we
know,
try and be
no,
funny
you know.
around here, Grant. Keep it light, enjoy ourselves.
Hey now, past
Hey
Mr.
now.
Dan already started.
Now, are you familiar with Fund My Comic over there, Luke Stone's platform?
I've heard a little bit about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was going to be one of the questions that I asked you. So there's starting to be more and more different crowdfunding things,
Right.
and I noticed you guys said that you guys do Indiegogo, right?
Well,
Yeah,
I
probably.
did my Ashkin on Indiegogo, and he supports on Indiegogo and Fund My Comic as well.
So do you just have better luck with Indiegogo, or is there?
I like the way they set up the platform better. They take the money when you pledge it. They don't wait until the book comes out or whatever. I mean, yeah, sometimes you have to end up waiting for a refund in
I
that
think
case.
the
But it
delay
does,
of payment taken out is a big deterrent for a lot of backers.
well, yeah, because I mean, I'm on a fairly tight budget still. I'm a blue collar guy,
Right.
so I don't want a surprise 6 months down the road that I forgot about and I got $100 coming out of my bank account.
Right. Because you got bills to pay.
Right, exactly.
Right.
So I like
Your
to have it,
family does.
know it's done and taken care of. That way, if I forget about it, it's a nice surprise in 3 months, 6 months, or whatever.
Yeah, past Mr. Dan dropped the Fund My Comic link down in the description, and it's probably down in my comments as well.
Yeah. And Fund My Comic, the nice thing about them is they're actual indie creators themselves, the guys who put it together. So they're trying to like tailor make it for indie creators.
Yeah. And you can, over there you can get paid. They only take out 3%, as opposed to like, I don't know what Kickstarter does, about 7% or something, about the same with Indiegogo.
Yeah.
And you can get paid every 5 days, I think, a little at a time or all at once.
Yeah.
You can get it funded. You can start at $1 and going up from there.
Right.
They just tried to make it really accessible. It's worth checking into. That's where I'm on my stuff. Probably.
They're focusing more on comic books and comic related type of things. There might be a few novels or whatever, but it's not going to be like Indiegogo or Kickstarter where they're doing tech platforms and buy our new fidget toy or what have you.
Right.
I've noticed that over on Kickstarter it seems like they have more covers, more variant covers over there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Or what? Yeah. I guess that's more
over on Indiegogo. It's like maybe 3 or 4 max.
Okay.
Yeah, just the people that purchase things. It just seems like with Kickstarter they do more covers.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry.
Than the Indiegogo crowd.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's weird to me. I from talking to people, it seems like some comic books do better on Indiegogo, some do better on Kickstarter. I can't figure out why. I mean, I did an informal survey before I did Beowulf 1, and I asked people if they preferred Indiegogo or Kickstarter, and most of the people I asked had never heard of Indiegogo.
Yeah.
So that's why I ended up going with Kickstarter. I did try doing a campaign on Indiegogo, and it didn't go well. So I've been kind of scared off of doing it since then.
Now, do you have a YouTube channel?
Yes, I do. I do a drawing.
Can you drop the link to that? I'd like to subscribe.
Sure.
If I'm not already subscribed.
Let me find.
And I think that's key, Grant, building your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I think that's key to really doing well on whatever platform you're on, whether it be Indiegogo, Fund My Comic, or Kickstarter. I think that's key that you build that
That
channel
helps a lot.
and kind of get to know your audience,
So Indiegogo people like YouTube channels, I guess.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. It's, they get to know you. I don't really think it's so much the project about what you're doing and that it's appealing. You're kind of selling yourself first and foremost.
Well,
and if they like you, they're going to support you, and what you do.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's true on any platform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
I don't know either, Grant, but you said it was about 2 years ago or so when you launched the first Beowulf?
Yeah, probably over 2 years. It's probably been.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think with a lot of the more recent success that some of the CG and indie campaigns have had on Indiegogo, a lot more people know about it now.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kickstarter was, the big fish in the pond for a long.
Yeah. Yeah, they're kind of like eBay, and now there's other selling sites.
Right, exactly. Yeah, they were like the one everybody knew, and then hey, Ethereal Dragon, Dr. Mask in the house. Howdy.
Well, he has 36 videos up and now 54 subscribers. Go over and check out Grant Lankard. I'm sorry, over on his YouTube channel. Puts up content about his books and comic creating. And yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what Dan was linking to. Yeah, I'll follow back any of you guys.
Dr. Mask, Retro Elixir. He was on with us not too long ago. Hope to have him on sometime, hopefully this week or next week. Maybe again, Dr. Mask. I'd love to have you back on. Did his first stream with us, his very first stream. Ethereal Dragon in the house. Hey, Ethereal. He makes the rounds around. And we have Romo Art in here again. Hello, Romo.
Cool.
Hell and Bow. Yes. So
yeah, I'm checking out Fund My Comic now. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, just check out some of the campaigns and the, instead of calling them tiers, the rewards. It gets a little,
yeah,
and they've been adding to it. This is like a beta test, but they've been adding things like shopping cart option. They didn't start out with that, but now they have it, and they've been steadily improving on it and getting some big projects over there. They just had a couple projects clear, 10,000.
Wow.
What was a big
Mike
one?
Barron launched his new Bronze Star over there.
What about Scribbles? What's it up to? It's past 10,000.
Oh, I think Kelsey's up to like maybe closing in on 15 right now.
Yeah, 15 or 16,000 over there.
Yeah. And then John Malin said he's gonna dip his toe in the water, launch something, a smaller campaign over there just to see how things go.
Yeah.
So this might be the next big crowdfunder.
I'm hoping. I mean, like I said,
leaps and bounds.
And it's also run by actual creators. They're willing to listen. If you got suggestions for something you'd like to see on the site, they're always, you can talk to them. So,
yeah. If you need any help with anything, they have tutorials on how to do stuff if you're unfamiliar with it. And though
Luke is also he also does YouTube, and he's been on our channel, like 2 or 3 times now, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
very, very accessible if you want to know about Kickstarter. He was on recently, and that's on my channel.
Oh, cool.
Where he talks in depth about it,
Yeah. And I don't know if it was Luke that put it out, but I did see him post the link. Somebody posted a step-by-step how to set up your campaign on Fund My Comic. So you can just, do step 1, pause it,
Yeah.
Do what you gotta do. Go back.
And
Watch
you
it.
can put your project up there for an indefinite amount of time where there is
so
no
it's
end
like-
date.
So it's like Indiegogo in that way.
Yeah.
Well,
you
he's
can
trying to
kinda
go
use it like a
familiar.
store a little bit.
Yeah, he's more familiar probably with. I think he has done some Kickstarter stuff though, hasn't he, Shadowhunt?
Yeah, I think Luke tried
Yeah.
Kickstarter once or twice. I don't know how well he did over there.
Right.
Yeah, isn't
Yeah,
that
it
funny?
seems to be different crowds, Grant.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
understand why that is. It's different demographics, but I haven't figured out quite why.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking maybe Kickstarter people are more like they gravitate over from Twitter or Instagram or something, whereas it seems like Indiegogo's a lot of YouTube people. I don't know. I don't know if that's the actual factor or not. But
Well, I do most of my marketing on Instagram.
what was that?
I do some on Facebook.
Yeah, just let me know, Dr. Mask.
Oh yeah, sorry, Grant. I think something happened to your mic, buddy.
Yeah, it kind
Something
of
happened to my mic.
Oh,
yeah,
there,
it kind
you're
of
back
petered
now.
out there. It kind of went real soft there while you were speaking. It's better now.
Okay.
Yeah, it came back, but yeah, there was kind of a little, and then you went really low for a second.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. Hey, it's the internet.
Well,
you
no
never know
need to
what's
call us names. We were just pointing it out to you.
going
Oh,
No,
Hey,
I
it's
meant
not
the
the first time I've
phenomenon
been
was
called
weird.
weird.
what? Too soon? That's one of my favorite jokes now, Shadowheart. What? Too soon?
I wonder why.
Yeah. Now, do you go on other shows, Grant? Obviously you're on one now, but do you?
Yeah, have you done any other YouTubers?
Yeah,
or anything?
I promote here and there. I haven't done as much this time. I maybe need to
Right.
get more on that.
Well, you have a busy convention schedule.
Yeah, really busy.
Yeah.
So is there a reason why you guys decided not to do the conventions, or you just don't enjoy them?
Well, we're older than you, Grant. We're in our 50s, so we don't get around, and we're as well as we used to. But I'll let Shadow answer that for his own self.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was that?
Why you don't do conventions?
Oh, Matt, I just never had cash to do conventions growing up, and then, like I said, I was out for 18, almost 19 years.
I wouldn't mind to go one as a fan, but I've never really set up a table.
Yeah, I mean, if we have I would have loved to have gone to Garden State last weekend. A bunch of people that I really like and support were there. I mean, I'm gonna get into it one of these days, but yeah, I went to one of the very early Chicago cons back in the 90s.
Is Pastmaster Dan 62? He's calling us pups.
Yeah, Pastmaster's a little bit old, man.
Wow. Well, I wouldn't call him older. She's about my sister's age. Grant, I'm adopted. Shadowhawk's adopted. He's my brother from another mother. But
That's right.
but my sister contacted me, my biological sister. She found me through Ancestry.com and my daughter.
Okay.
And contacted me the other day and blew me out of the water. She's 61 years old. She's older than I am. I'm 57. So.
Wow.
Yeah, that was life-changing. I was like, whoa, I've had two sisters. One of them sadly passed away now. She was a little bit younger than what I would be.
That's crazy to be in your 50s.
Yeah.
And find out that you have a
whole nother side of the family.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I think I'm not sure on this. I'm going to really have to pin her down about this. I don't know if my father is still living or not, but I know my mother is still living, our mother, because we're related through our mother, because she's kind of like my half sister. She's my whole sister, Shadowhawk. I claim all of it.
Oh yeah.
We talked on the phone again for a good long time, a couple times today.
Yeah.
She likes comics.
Isn't that funny?
She likes sci-fi. She does art, or
And I think you
has in
say
the past. Her
she's
son
into
and
horror too, right?
daughter do too. She likes horror and sci-fi. Yeah.
Nice.
Isn't that funny? You got to wonder how much of it is what's that saying? Nature versus nurture.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. How much of it is just your DNA programming you?
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny. I mean, I have people in my family who I didn't meet until later in life, and yeah, it's funny finding those little similarities, and you got to wonder
Yeah.
if some of them are coincidental, or
Or
how much of it
genetic.
is coincidental, and how much of it is something biological.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I hadn't figured that one out, Grant, but
I imagine it's a
she
little bit of
sent
both.
me. I have not seen my biological daughter. Glenn Fleming said that book would be amazing and a bestseller for sure, and that's why we must proceed with caution. Oh, okay. He did a book on Jack Kirby.
Yeah,
so
I saw that on.
I'm going to have to read this from Glenn. He's giving me a dressing down about even mentioning the book. So,
he met he met Jack Kirby and interviewed him, and
a couple times.
A couple times.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he didn't want you to mention the book that you were
working on. And when we talked the other day, he mentioned that too. So I'm kind of mum's the word on it.
Okay.
My
sister
sent a picture of my daughter that I haven't seen since she's 8 years old.
Hey, Carrie, good to see you, dear.
And here's a picture of my daughter with her new baby and husband.
Okay, so does she look like you?
Oh yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, she looks a lot like her mother.
Yeah.
All of them do.
Right.
But she sent that picture to me yesterday. So it's been just like one bomb drop after another.
Yeah, really.
Here's a picture of my sister that's still living.
It sounds like your family's getting bigger every day.
Yeah.
Well, the thing of it was most of my adopted family died off last year.
No,
I had 2 uncles and an aunt pass away. And my mother's cousin passed away. And I had other people pass away as well that were in my life. So, and plus I had 2 wrecks. One that really didn't affect me. That was at work. Got rear-ended.
Car wrecks. Okay, I was trying to figure out what
car wrecks. Yeah. Yeah. And that was like a week after my personal truck was hit after a show with Texas Dave. Got a couple of blocks from the house, and this guy ran a lot and just smashed my front up, nearly totaled the truck. But only reason they probably didn't total it was it only had like
have a good one,
6,200 miles on it.
No,
it's only got about 7,000 on it right now.
Yeah,
it was a rough year last year. Yeah, but it's turning out to be better this year.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Seems like your comic book series is going well.
Yeah, I've been, I had to step back and say, okay, this isn't ready, and not where it needs to be to launch it. I'd like it. Is that something you do, Grant? Do you get the project 100% done, or
I do?
Before you do?
Yeah, I'm debating on doing Beowulf. I'm debating on whether or not I want to wait until Beowulf 6 is completely done, because I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I can get it done before the holiday season, and they always say you don't run a crowdfunder during the holiday season.
That's what they say.
You don't want to launch like right before Christmas.
Yeah, people buying Christmas presents and say, unless it's Christmas related comic, and then it might go over good.
No, well, I just tell my family to just buy me comics. So
right.
Or original art. I always love original.
How about gold? Just tell them to buy you gold.
Buy you gold.
Yeah, gold is too expensive, and you got to hide it. I prefer
Silver, how
silver.
about
I like the shine of silver better.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, yeah. So like I've always done the comic book has to be 100% done before
Yeah.
you put it on.
That way you have a quick turnaround, right?
Right.
Do you run your campaigns for 60 days, 30, and then 30?
Yeah, you mean like I usually do a little bit longer than 30 days. We're doing a slightly shorter one this time, but yeah, like somewhere between 30 and 40 days is what I usually do. And yeah, so as far as turnaround, it's usually 2 weeks to get your money.
And you can't go over that. You can't go in demand, can you? Over there on Kickstarter.
No.
I think that's the advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not saying that there aren't advantages to Indiegogo. Right. I think, I mean, the reason why I keep using Kickstarter, I think, is mainly just, I mean, I've had some success on it, so
yeah,
I don't
a little bit larger platform.
I'm sorry?
Probably a little better known and larger platform.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I did try an Indiegogo one time, and it didn't do well. And like we were talking about before, it's funny how that happens, and I don't know what the story is, why that is.
Huh. I got my quota. I killed a mosquito. Mosquitoes are bad here.
Yeah.
I spray for mosquitoes, Grant. That's my job.
Oh, really?
I kill them by the millions.
Are you an exterminist or
I am. I'm an exterminist. Just call me the exterminist. Yes. Or you can call me Chuck.
I don't know why I called you that, but
I found out my real birth name, Grant.
Okay.
Charles Edward Harris.
Now, do you like that better than your real name, or?
Hell no.
Okay.
No.
Then you're going to keep.
There's a million Charleses out there, but I'm Oh yeah, I'm going to keep my name. Hell yeah. After my father passed away like 7.5 years ago, my mother had to change a lot of things on, her name because they were like jointly things. And her first name's Nancy, but she doesn't like to go by that. She never has went by that. She's went by Carolyn, her middle name. And so, but after he died, she had to have her name changed on a bunch of stuff. And it was a big hassle there for a little while to get all that stuff changed. Yeah.
But she had to have
for her anyway.
I didn't know you had to have your name changed after your spouse dies, or.
Well, I mean, a lot of the stuff was in, I think, under her first, or she wanted it in Carolyn, but it was probably in Nancy, and she had to kind of set them straight on that because she has always went by Carolyn, always signed Carolyn. She doesn't go by Nancy, even though that's her first name. So I don't know why things were set up that way, but they were, I guess. Maybe it said Ralph and Nancy Christian. I don't know. Instead of Carolyn Christian. I don't know what the deal was, but there was a few things she had to change. But yeah, or you don't meet many Rexes. I think I'll stick with Rex. That's a good name.
That's good to me.
If you called me Charles, I'd probably not know you were talking to me, which is wild. I had a friend in college named Charles, a good friend in college named Charles. Had I known that we were both Charleses, that would have been funny.
I'll call you Rex from now on.
Good. That'll work.
So
that's an easy to remember name, isn't it?
Yeah.
You don't meet very many Rexes.
So Rex, you said this can sometimes go on for like 3 hours.
Well, it goes on as long as you want to, Grant. I know you got to go.
Yeah, I have to go cook dinner.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys. I mean, if you guys want to keep going, that's cool. But I think
We
I need to
will.
bail out.
Yeah, we will. We just on the weekends, because I usually leave here and go to work.
Yeah.
And then in the off season I'm available to go, evenings. But yeah, well, thank you for coming on, Grant. Everybody go subscribe to him, check out Memoirs of the Morbid. Maybe we can have you back on, Grant, to talk about some stuff more in depth. I feel like we just scratched the surface today.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah,
Grant, come on.
You have my contact info, so of course.
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll set something up in the future,
This was a good talk, guys. Thank you so much.
Hey, no problem.
Yeah, no problem.
When's your next convention, by the way?
So we're doing Youngstown this weekend.
Oh, wow.
And
do you generally hit the weekends?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes they're 2-day conventions. Sometimes they're 3-day conventions. There aren't too many 1-day conventions, but
well, thank you for your time, and thank your family for allowing, us to talk to you for a little over an hour.
Yeah, thanks, guys. This was a nice conversation.
Yeah. Enjoyed it. And thanks for sharing, man.
Sure. Thank you again, guys.
Awesome.
All right.
Take care.
Welcome
Have
back
a great day.
anytime.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye, Grant.
Dr. Mass says, like Rex Mason, a good superhero alter ego name.
Rex
or
Mason. I like it.
Rex the Wonder Dog from DC Comics back in the 50s. Huh? TJ would probably buy that. She has a dog named Rex.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. And around here we have a Rex Cement. Rex is kind of like one of those Acme, whatever, a generic name, I find.
Yeah, a little bit, I guess.
Yeah. But I'm anything but generic, though.
That's right.
Yeah. I'm special. So special.
Oh, yeah. God.
And now I have a sister. Now I have a sister. Who's your mama? I can tell you. Yeah, it's wild to have never really had a past except the one you lived, and now all of a sudden I have a past. I have an origin story. And some of the stuff she's telling me is pretty wild.
I don't know.
Like I said, we had, at different times, in different parts of the family, right? We had moonshiners. We had from in Tennessee that made all kinds of stuff. One of the guys lived on an island, and they raided the place, and he had a trap door and dropped into the river to escape.
Oh, cool.
You are slow in the response, my friend. What's for dinner, by the way? What are you cooking for dinner?
Wife's making burgers and dogs, dude. Yeah, I was gonna get ready to tell you. I'm slow because I'm beat, man. I had a long day. I think I'm gonna call an early one tonight and go take a little nap before dinner.
And that would be good for me too. I've got a few things to do before I prepare for work.
I was just gonna ask you if you're working tonight or not.
I am, sir. And I will be working on 4th of July. Happy early 4th of July to everybody.
Hell, happy 4th, everyone.
Yeah.
All right, Rex. Well, I may be up, later on. I don't know. I'm off tomorrow, so I might stay up late tonight.
You are a rascal.
That's right.
Okay. You know me.
If you're in the mood to stream when you get home, shoot me a link or something, and we'll do something.
Sounds
in the
good.
Meantime, hail everybody in the chat. Dr. Mass, Grant, of course. It was great having you. Past Master Dan, I think he left. Carrie, if you're still here, thanks you all for coming.
In here? I didn't even see Carrie. I'm sorry.
She came in earlier. I don't know if she's still here. She's quiet sometimes.
Well, yeah, but I didn't even see her. Oh, there she is. Okay. Slipped in on me, dear. Well, that's all right. I'll entertain the masses. You go, get your blood sugar back up and rest.
All right. Sounds good, man.
No argument.
Nope. No argument.
Yeah,
right.
well,
Hello.
my 4th of July will be short. It's usually about 4-hour night because I go spray, they fire the
Happy 4th,
fireworks off,
Dr.
and I
Mac.
drive home.
Yeah.
So
That's
it's a
awesome.
short night for me. I just have to spray the sports complex where they have the fireworks.
All right. Well, happy holidays for anybody that I don't see before tomorrow. And love y'all. We'll see you next time.
Absolutely. Yeah, Carrie's here. And then there was one and 5 others watching, if the counter is correct. If you haven't hit that like button, why not? Baby Grumpy Pants. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. It's, we might do a late night stream when I get home. Depends. I was supposed to do West Side last time when the top of my spray rig fell off. And it was hot. Those things heat up very quickly with just turning the small engine on. But I had a towel and wrapped it up and tried to fix it. But I think it had a tension bolt that was either not in there or vibrated loose. I suspect they didn't have it in there, and it was supposed to be in there because that's never happened to me. So I just had to drive home. I didn't finish West Side, so they'll probably have me doing West Side tonight, probably till about 12:30. Although on Saturday I was set for 12, so why not? Indeed. Yeah, check your schedule, Dr. Mask, and we'll get you back on. Love to talk some more comics with you and stuff. I'm gonna go read this stuff that Glenn sent me over on Instagram. Again, look at this pay situation, see if I can actually get paid from all this work I'm doing. And yeah, get ready for work. So thanks everybody for coming. Thank you, especially Grant, for coming in and talking about your Kickstarter projects, your comics. Maybe we can get him over and find my comic. Who knows? Or at least Indiegogo again. Yeah, till next time, keep collecting. Bow for now. And keep cool out there. Kill them bugs.